Well, hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about the 4th week of April, the 20th through the 26th. I have the 3 cards in front of me from the overview video. I also have a guiding card for you for the month. It is called Enchanted, and it's all about us looking for the magic in our lives and seeing where we can either create some or at least embrace the unusual bits of magic that show up out of the blue, even in our darkest days, all right? Little bits of magic show up all the time. You might be crying in a corner, but you might look around and discover there's a spider making a beautiful, beautiful web. And if you just paid attention to those little bits of magic, things would change, right? And maybe you wouldn't be so upset, all right? Little bits of magic can bring us out of all sorts of doldrums, and all sorts of gray clouds disappear in the wake of bits of magic, right? So I like to embrace that stuff myself. A couple of messages from my better angels are talking about how we need to release stuff that's keeping us separate from our people. If we are finding ourselves overcommitted, we might want to release some commitments and become more available to our peeps, all right? Or physical stuff if it's keeping us from our people. Maybe we spend most of our evenings working on the motorcycle that we almost never get to ride because it's always broken. So maybe we need to do something else, all right? You know what it is. I'm not going to tell you. You figure it out. And I appreciate you all for being willing to play a part in that project, because I think that it's going to actually help the whole planet when we start getting more about people and less about stuff. All right? So the other message I have is that it's good for us to reach out and help our neighbor, like the physical neighbor right next to us. Not all of them. You may not want to do that with all your current neighbors. So it doesn't matter. Pick one and do little things, little tiny things, like pull in their trash cans or put their newspaper on their front porch, or, you know, weed whack their side of the wall. It's a way of showing that you're paying attention, that you care, and that you're invested in having a good relationship with them. And that's really the key to it all, is that when we put those vibes out there, people respond, and that's wonderful, and that's kind of what we're going for. Okay? Now then, let's go ahead and look at this beautiful new deck I have. It's a pirate-themed tarot deck, which is super cool for me, of course. A little kitschy, but at the same time super cool. And I'm going to go ahead and lay it out and pull one card from it. It'll be our mystery card for the end of the reading. We'll go ahead and look at that at the very end, and it'll tie things together. All right? So let's go ahead and get this card. All right? So here we go. It's right there. Perfect. So I'm going to set that card right there. We'll look at it later, and I'm going to set this deck out of the way. It will be a featured deck next month. Okay, that deck is going to be featured next month. But we're going to go ahead and use this Light Seers Tarot to bring some clarity to these 3 cards from the overview video. All right. So we have the 4 of Cups. We are talking about the foundation of your heart. It was becoming solidified last week. I believe we had the 4 of Cups last week as our final card from the mystery card was a 4 of Cups. I love that we're starting off this week, or at least this week is talking about the foundation of your heart some more, and how it's becoming more solid, more solidified. You're feeling more comfortable about everything that's been going on. For some of you, it's the relationship with your boss. It's turned out like, okay, I've worked out a way for me and my boss to still be friends on the outside, and we're just friends. We're not boss-employee anymore, so that's cool. But you found a new peace with that situation. If it isn't about that, then it's about all those other cool options with your family and friends that you were working on, and the other options that showed up last week. And you're creating a new foundation for yourself. That's super cool. You're ready to embrace all of the opportunities, to be that happy, loving person that you are, and share it with the world, which is super cool. I love that. 10 of Swords. You've also you're claiming your power. Hello. You're stepping up and being the person who's like, you know what? Not only do I have a strong foundation in my heart, but I'm also in control 100% of what's going on and what I'm getting myself involved with. So you are. definitely in a position at this time to say, okay, like with all the Seven of Cups you had last week, you've picked out what you want to get yourself involved in, and you're doing your thing, and you're feeling very comfortable because you chose these things, and you know what you're getting yourself into, and you're being a good boss in the process yourself. You are being good at being in charge of yourself, and everything is just, the dominoes are lining up, and they're starting to fall in all the right directions, and you're like, yes, this is me. I am the master of my own universe. And that's how it feels. It doesn't feel like necessarily you're the boss, but it does mean that you're feeling like you are in control and you are the master of your space. And I love that very much. You're doing a good job of it. Yeah, and you're breaking out of some limiting beliefs that told you I wasn't going to be able to make it through here, or when this job disappeared, I was never going to be friends with him again, or whatever those things were, those limiting beliefs you had in your head, they're trash. They were not real, and wherever they came from, they're not useful, so we're going to throw them away, and we're moving on beyond them, because you're awesome, and you can be anything you want to be, you can do anything you want to do, and whoever you are, we need you just the way you are in your awesomeness, so step up and do that. You're great. Let's talk about what's blocking you, the foundation of your power, the Four of Swords. Isn't that interesting? Well, you have the Ten of Swords saying, I am the master of my universe. There may be a little area where they say you're not really in control of this one little area, and that's fine. You're like, okay, so I signed up for something that's a little bit more structured and has a little more stuff going on that's preconceived, and I don't get to say all the things about like all the dates that it happens, or you might be the person leading the group when you get there on all the dates that, but it's the schedule is in place. Everything is happening. You're not doing anything more than showing up and doing your part. But so there is a foundation of stuff that you're not really in control of. Just be aware of that. With the Seven of Cups, there was something there that you already signed on to. You said, yes, I'll do it. And it's like, oh, well, it comes with its own structure behind it. So you're not truly in charge of all that. You'll have to like put it in your calendar and work your life around it. Okay? The Devil is here, showing that there is like no way for you to screw yourself over this week. Okay? You will not be sabotaging yourself at all. Congratulations. You are not throwing a grenade in your life. Ta-da! No matter what you do, you can't do that. All right? Ooh, double whammy on the Four of Swords. What? Look at that. Ha 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 ha. Look, look, look. We have two Fours of Swords. So this is a Four of Swords, and this is a Four of Swords. So foundation of power. Foundation of power. Interesting. When you add them together, they're an 8. An 8 of Swords would be feeling a little bit stuck in your power, which would make a lot of sense this particular week. If you're here taking control of all sorts of things, becoming empowered in the process, which is cool, but also finding there are certain things you're not actually in charge of. You're like, son of a bitch. Damn it. All right. And so you have to, like I said, mark your calendar, find the parts that you are in charge of. Maybe it's about you, how you're going to lead the group and how you're going to do what you do. And that's the part you're in charge of, but you're not in charge of the initial structure, right? The initial structure was built by somebody else. And you're like, okay, now I have to maybe learn a new computer program or something else so that you can do what they want to do their way. And you're like, okay, here we go. But it's cool. They're not really blockages. It's just an acknowledgement that there's some portion of this that you're really not in control of, and you have to fit into their parameters. Okay, cool. Like I said, you still can't mess this thing up. Okay, and of course the Queen of Swords is here, showing that she likes things to be happening in a certain way. So she's going to be the one who's probably going, hey, you need to remember to stay on point with our calendar. You need to stay on point with how we like to do things. And so she's going to be poking at you a little bit just to say, hey, conform, 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 conform. And you're like, yeah, 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 I got it. Thanks. Cool, cool, cool. Whatever. She's more of a reminder person than she is a person who's truly doing anything to you. Okay? Now we have the Six of Wands showing up here, letting you know that you are indeed in a position now to take your ideas and move forward, right? It's like, okay, I got the format, I got the structure, I know where I have to fit in, da-da-da-da-da-da, but this is where I shine. Step aside, I got this, all right? So you're like, give me the mic, I got this. You might be in a position where you're going to be doing some sort of presentations or whatever, but you're really in your element right here. So it's really very cool. I like this for you very much. You're going to be glowing up right now. You're going to be shining brightly, and everybody is going to be in support of your situation. So that's nice. And if you need any little help at all, you're going to be able to get that easy. You know, rally the troops. Come on, guys, let's do this. Okay, cool. And everybody will just line up and help because they like your juju and your vibe. Everything that they will help you with will fit right in the parameters of the structure that's already been created for you. And you're going to be fine. So she'll be all appeased and everything is going to be great. Nice. All right, let's get you a supportive card from the cosmos. All right. Because these messages are very concise. All right. What do we have for Aquarius right now? That one. All right. I do like that you can't mess this thing up. This guy here is pretty good. All right. So, stop looking outside yourself for the answers. You already know them. Haha. Don't look for anybody else to answer your questions. You've been around the block a few times, so you know what's going on. You know what the answer is really. You already kind of know what she's going to say. So, you know, you've got the syllabus, you know. You know what the score is, you know how to do the thing. You're definitely in charge of your own self, but you're going to conform properly and you're going to handle the business, all right? So good for you. You're doing a great job. I'm going to go ahead and set this card over here. And we need a pocket full of rocks. Let's go. Let's get those. Doodly-doo. All right. So we have pyrite, we have ruby, and we have blue lace agate. All right. Ruby is a heart stone, and it's all about self-love. It's about you really appreciating the golden, amazing awesomeness of your heart, okay? Because you have done so much and you bring so much to the table that it's important that you appreciate that about yourself as much as trying to get other people to appreciate it. Because if you don't appreciate it first, you know, you're putting the cart before the horse. You need to actually do the thing where you appreciate yourself, and then other people will follow, all right? Because you're awesome. Well done. And blue lace agate here is a throat stone, of course, and it's helping you speak clearly as you step up to the mic. Boom, boom. And as you do all this clarification stuff with this lovely lady, it's all going to become so clear, and you're going to be like, yeah, cool, cool, cool. Step up to the mic, rally the troops, ha, ha, ha. Everything you're doing, you can speak clearly and handle your business, all right? And remember, we talked about you not being able to screw this thing up. You can't blow your life up right now. It's blocked. Pyrite is in play. It's an all chakra stone, and it goes all the way around your body, and it protects you from all negativity coming towards you. So even if she had wanted to throw daggers at you, they'd have all bounced off anyway. So huzzah. She won't. It's not a big deal. She's just really sort of saying, hey, did you do the thing? And you're like, I did that last week. No worries. Got you. And there will be minor clarifications because of the interesting structure they put in play, but you'll be able to take care of everything very easily. All right. So very good. I love these rocks for you. I'm going to set them down right here, and we'll go ahead and get the mystery card. What's going on there? Ooh-wee! Ace of Pentacles. You're going to get paid, girly. Ladies and gentlemen, or everybody, right? Kings, queens, and in-betweens, all of you. We're going to get paid. All right, Aquarians? That is awesome. I love that you are having the gift of finance come your way. Whatever you're stepping into is actually going to be paying pretty well, so that's very nice. It is like money that you may not have needed it, but you knew it was coming, and so it's not a surprise money or anything. but it is a pleasant surprise to have the check arrive. So very nice. I'm glad to see this for you. A little windfall, never killed anybody. It is going to help you feel very much so flush and capable. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be handing it out to others. It does mean that you'll be reinvesting it. You know, you have a plan. You've always got a plan for your finances, and you're doing a great job of doing that thing. All right? Good for you. Excellent. Let's go ahead and come back here. All right? Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. If you want to carry these rocks, that's great. Go ahead and let me know how it goes. Comment below. If you don't want to carry those rocks, that's totally fine. Carry something else and comment below and let me know what you got. All right? If you decide that you would like to comment on the reading, I would love to have a conversation with you about that. That'd be fun. And if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it. It helps my little channel grow. All right? Thank you so much. And we will talk to you next week about the 27th through May 3rd. All right? Thank you.